Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Tina Jones, the Public Information Officer for the Portland Police Bureau. I am here today to provide some updates and critical information about planned demonstrations for Saturday, August 17th. Several weeks ago, we learned a group was planning a demonstration at Tom McCall Waterfront Park for Saturday, August 17th. Other groups have declared intent to participate in the event by counter-protesting. Based upon publicly available social media information, it became obvious that some of those who intend to join this event may plan to engage in acts of violence or commit crimes, and some may intend to bring weapons. The groups involved have expressed extreme opposite ideologies. In the past, when similar groups have encountered one another in Portland, some of the participants have engaged in violence and criminal acts. The latest information is some of the participants intend to gather as early as 9:30 in the morning. At this time, we have had no applications for permits for these events. Now I will discuss our planning and partnerships. The Crowd Management Incident Commander and her team have been preparing for this event for weeks, and our strategic communication team has been working hard to keep the public informed with the latest information. The assessment of these events determined it was beyond the resources the Portland Police Bureau had available, even with the decision made to cancel days off for all of our sworn members. We still face a critical staffing shortage that impacts our ability to answer 911 calls at the same time as managing a large crowd event. Local, state, and federal partner agencies have stepped up in a major way and responded to our requests for assistance with the demonstration and other critical needs. Some of these partners will be directly assisting with the crowd management component. For example, they may have specialized crowd management teams deployed with us. Others will be assisting by covering calls for service throughout the city while these events are occurring. We greatly appreciate all of our partner agencies who have stepped forward to offer assistance with personnel, expertise, and support. I am providing a handout listing all of the partner agencies who have been assisting or will be on Saturday. We will also be posting that with our press release that will be coming out shortly. Next, I want to discuss our goals and expectations for these events. Our number one goal for this event is the safety of all involved, which includes participants, the public, and our officers. The safety of these events is contingent upon all of us, and we need your help to keep everything safe. First, our expectation of those involved is to refrain from engaging in criminal acts, especially acts of violence. Second, if someone witnesses an act of violence, a criminal act, or something that is alarming in nature for the public safety, please call 911. We are unable to be everywhere at all times. Do not assume that the police see what you saw, even if we are in close proximity. Third, it is imperative for everyone involved to follow the orders of the law enforcement officers, and this includes passersby and media. If there are orders given to get out of the street or to disperse, for example, those orders apply to everyone in the vicinity. If individuals do not comply with those orders, they are subject to arrest and/or citation or force being applied. We would prefer not to have to make arrests or apply force, but if orders are not followed, those may be our only options. Detectives are assigned to investigate any crimes if they are committed during Saturday's events. We ask for the public's help in providing information and video if crimes are committed and individuals witness those crimes. Details on how to do that will also be included in our press release. Our crowd management liaison teams have been attempting to and making contact with a number of individuals planning to attend Saturday's events. They will continue to do so, and you will see them engaging with individuals and groups with the goal of increasing public safety. Our liaison officers have new uniforms, and Sergeant Burley is wearing one today, and we want you to be aware of those uniforms. They're outfitted in white polo shirts emblazoned with liaisons, along with gray pants. Some of the officers may be also wearing external vests in addition. Thank you, Sergeant Burley. Next, I will cover road closures. There are several road closures that we want to make the public aware of. On Saturday morning, starting as soon as 4 a.m., the Hawthorne Bridge will be closed in both directions to vehicular, pedestrian, and bicycle traffic. For those of you who are not local, that's the Green Bridge, just outside the window there, a couple blocks away. That bridge will remain closed until it is determined appropriate to reopen it. Additionally, Southwest 2nd Avenue from Main to Madison Streets will be closed beginning as soon as 4 a.m. to pedestrians, bicycles, and vehicular traffic. This also means that Central Precinct will not be open to the public during this closure. Besides the mentioned road closures, other roads are open to vehicular traffic. If participants intend to march, they are directed to stay on the sidewalks and out of the roadway. Failure to do so may result in arrest and/or citation. To wrap it up, I have some important takeaways for the participants and the community at large. Crowd management events are very dynamic in nature. They can be unpredictable, and they're very fluid. We recently published a map of the small region we believe may be impacted by these events. There has been some inaccurate information circulating related to what that map means. The area highlighted is the area we believe could be impacted, but it is important to understand that that can change. So we ask for those in the surrounding area to have situational awareness. It is important for the public to know we will be interacting and communicating with individuals and groups who hold varied ideological beliefs. Our interactions are necessary to increase public safety and should not be construed as bias, preference, or endorsement of any particular point of view or side. Law enforcement personnel's role is to protect and serve the public, and this is done neutrally and in accordance with the Constitution, federal, state, and local laws. The Portland Police Bureau and our partners are committed to doing everything we can to keep the public safe during these events. I will be providing frequent situation updates via Twitter, which may include information such as the area impacted, what is happening, information on road closures, and any other pertinent information as appropriate. Please follow us on Twitter at Portland Police to receive these important updates. We recognize these events can cause alarm, anxiety, and even fear for certain members of our community. We are mindful of these concerns and emotions and have built a communication strategy keeping this in mind. Additionally, we encourage participants and community members to seek support as necessary. We will be providing physical and emotional support for our members because we recognize their wellness is important too. We know in this political environment, we will be criticized for what we do and what happens no matter the outcome. That criticism is not our primary concern or focus. Our primary mission is to do everything we can to keep the event safe while ensuring those who gather peacefully can express their First Amendment rights per the Constitution. I want to thank you for your attention, and we appreciate your help with achieving our goal to keeping everyone safe and sharing our message. I have time for some questions, and then after that I will have a little brief administrative update for media.
Tina, in the past, people in the back of a crowd do not hear police instructions, resulting in injuries in the front, as those people have nowhere to go. Has the Police Bureau considered this? Because in the past, what I've seen is the police rush the crowd, and that's when a lot of injuries happen.
So we will have, I believe, 2 sound trucks deployed for this event. And in recent years, we have actually we've purchased new sound equipment that has a much broader area that it covers. It's a lot louder. And that is something that we will be taking into account. We frequently, during that operational period when we start making announcements, we ask for input from different officers who are out in the field to make sure that they can hear from a distance far enough away. In addition to providing the instruction or orders via the soundtrack, we also send the same things through our main Twitter account. And so we're simultaneously putting that information out there so people can get that direction in various formats.
But they are yelling quite loudly,
Who's yelling? I'm sorry?
the crowd. When the police give those instructions, the crowd is yelling.
Sometimes the crowd can be loud and yelling, and that's why our soundtrack has a very high volume.
What are the partners coming to help the National Guard?
So there has been question about the National Guard. I know there's been some discussion about that. I've produced the list of all of the partners, including law enforcement and outside agencies who will be assisting us. The National Guard will not be deployed with us during the event tomorrow. We do have a number of agencies that are in reserve if we need to contact or call them up in the event of something catastrophic, which we hope that we don't have to go there. Thank you.
How many additional bodies you're bringing in from other state, local, federal agencies, if they count?
I am not going to provide a count or numbers for security and safety reasons. It would be inappropriate for me to do so. We are providing the partner list, though, because we want to really express our gratitude to all those who are
Some
involved.
members of these groups have targeted.
Hold on, she was
There's
first.
been a number of arrests lately, maybe 4 to 6 arrests in the past couple days in the run-up to this. First of all, what kind of, are you trying to send a message with that? Or is it intentional to have these arrests right before the protest?
So we have, our detectives have been pursuing cases actively since other recent demonstrations from May Day and June 29th. I can't speak specifically to those open and active investigations, but I can say that, they are doing everything they can to follow leads and pursue closure on those cases as quickly as possible.
As a follow-up on that, you charged Joey Gibson and a few other members of Patriot Prayer yesterday. Was that strategic timing on your part, considering?
I'm not going to discuss, again, open and active investigations.
Post and,
He had a
on-
question here.
Some members of these groups have targeted police in the past. You're calling for backup. How safe does the police department feel ahead of this protest?
I am confident in the response that our operations team and logistics team has put into place. We have not only planned for, a number of eventualities, but we've prepared for the worst if that comes to be, which we hope that it won't. Our goal is to have the safest event possible, and we have a lot of partners who have stepped up to the plate to provide that support for us. Hold on, I already answered questions. Someone else, please. Yes?
Lieutenant Peabody has said they're putting in some safety measures along Nader Parkway, but they referred us to you to say what those are. Can you elaborate on that?
So we're working with a number of partners to provide strategic, let me rethink that here, sorry. I'm not going to speak to specifics or tactics or things specifically, but we're working with partners, and everything that we're doing is very strategic with the goal of keeping the public safe.
Will NATO be shut down tomorrow?
So I believe that PBOT has already put out the closures for NATO, and that's for today and Monday. At this time, we don't have any anticipated closures on NATO Parkway. However, again, I want to reinforce that these situations are dynamic, and if we need to close a street or any sort of access point for public safety, we'll do that, and it'll be a moment-by-moment decision based on the information that we have.
Oath keepers have said that they are now not coming, not encouraging their members to come, or encouraging their members not to come. Do you see, are you getting any intelligence or any signs that people may be deciding to stay away, or that this is kind of downgrading a little bit?
Tomorrow, we will see who decides they're going to show up. In these events, a lot of times, people don't necessarily tell us how many people are coming, what their intent is, what they're going to bring to the event. And so a lot of it is us seeing who shows up on the game day. I will say that we have seen a shift in the last few weeks in the rhetoric and a separation of those who want to engage in free speech and those who intend to participate in acts of violence. And we ask that those event organizers, we would prefer them to police their own groups so that we don't have to in order to keep it safe.
Tina, Joey Gibson may have decided to turn himself in. Do you want to comment on this decision and the possibility of a warrant?
Nope.
From the information that you've been monitoring.
Sorry, someone behind you, he had a question.
The police department came under criticism last year for the riot control techniques they used on our sport, namely like the non-lethal flashbangs or whatever. Is the police department changing its tactics for tomorrow's rally?
I'm not going to discuss particular tactics for a number of reasons. We need to have all options available for our tactical superiority and safety, situational. I would like to say, though, that we receive criticism no matter what. I think I already highlighted that. It's either too much, not enough, you arrested this group, not this group. And it seems as if some people are keeping score, and that's not what it's about on the law enforcement side. 100% it's about public safety.
Can you talk about permits a little bit? What's the value of having a permit? What is it telegraphing that neither side has a permit here?
So I would refer you to the agencies that are in charge of permitting for that. I can't really get into the details on permits, other than to say that there haven't been any issued on this date. You had a question?
Having listened to a group of teenagers talking last night about coming down to check it out, how worried are you about curious onlookers,
Yeah.
people that are somewhat sympathetic, just coming down to check out what's going to happen?
We recognize people want to, know what's going on, and some of them may want to come down because they're curious. We're really encouraging people not to do that. There will be a number of media outlets covering what's going on, and we encourage them to probably watch the coverage instead of coming down here. One thing that, we have seen in prior demonstrations is sometimes people come to see what's happening, or maybe they just happen to be in the area and the police are giving direction and they're also in the same area, and maybe they're in the street, or and they're not paying attention to the sound truck or the directions being given, and they don't perceive themselves as being a participant, and so they think those directions or orders don't apply to them. And that's what we're really trying to message, that you need to follow direction, and this includes media as well. There's no pass for anybody who's not a participant or media. There is a critical public safety need behind the direction that we are giving, and we just encourage people to follow that. So I also have some administrative things that we want to provide. I'll be available here for a little bit, but I really do want to thank you all, and I know you will continue to cover things. We'll be putting things out on Twitter throughout the day at Portland Police. We'll also be pushing out information as necessary via flash alert, and we'll have information on our website. Thank you very much.